Incoming transmission.
And welcome back, everyone. Welcome back to another day, another season here. Welcome back to the 2026 GSL Season 2 Round of 12 Group B. I'm, of course, VIP with me, and joined by these amazing players, by the people in chat as well, and, of course, by our lovely caster, State and Tasus, off in the background. Will be joining us for the interviews, of course. But welcome and all. Whew, it's great to be back here 2 days in a row. We're back here with GSL Season 2 so quickly, by the way. Again, the Season 1 finals were this weekend, and now we're already blazing away through the round of 12. Last night we featured Group A. Now we're here with Group B. Oh boy, we have 4 players ready for us, and once again we have a GSL format group. These top 2 players will advance on into the round of 8. The bottom 2 are eliminated from GSL. Hey. Here we go, as we do have a decent plethora of players available to us. We'll get into it here. We'll get into it as we can see our schedule. Again, we were live yesterday with Group A. We're live today with Group B. Next week is going to be Group A and Group B of the round of 8. And then we do have the semifinals and the grand finals thereafter. The first week of June. Oh boy, so again, we do have the season schedule ahead of us here, bearing in mind as well that tickets will soon be available. You can see them there available the 1st of June as well, so you can get your tickets if you happen to be local, if you happen to be in Korea at the time. You can take part and take place in the GSL Season 2 finals. True, you can be there. You can be there. Likewise, of course, crowdfunding is available as well. Bam, there it is. You can subscribe either on the Soup platform or over on Patreon. You can subscribe at patreon.com/GSL to be able to support and take part and help be a part of GSL and Korean StarCraft, and even just StarCraft in general, bearing in mind that this season of GSL is open to the international audience. True, to the international players, I should say. But again, you can support via Patreon, you can support via Soup, and we are close to our next goal. Bam, you can see the tick there across the first goal, of course. We have the GSL CK twice a month confirmed with $6,000 a month, with 10K a month on the support. So then we can, of course, confirm GSL Season 3. We're almost there. Last I checked, we were almost at 8K. Almost at 8K, which means we're so close to that $10,000 goal. We'll see if we can get there. We'll see if we can get there to be able to fund a 3rd season of GSL this year. Por favor. Let's hope we can get there. Regardless, I mean, we will at least have GSL CK ongoing throughout the course of the rest of the year. Hopefully we'll have another season. Bam, you can see there we are almost at $8,000 a month with the support via Patreon and Soup. And again, that next goal for GSL Season 3 is at 10K. It's at $10,000. Hopefully we can get there. Hopefully. As we're about to get into our day of StarCraft, again, we do have 5 best of 3s coming up ahead of us here. Oh boy, it's going to be a lot of StarCraft. Yesterday's broadcast was a little bit on the longer side, of course. We'll see. I mean, due to a lot of the TvZs that we did have, here we might have some TvZ action, but for the most part, there it is. We had both Cure and Shin advancing on in Group A in 1st and 2nd place, respectively. Meanwhile, we have Classic Solar Zan and Gumiho here in Group B. Oh boy, 2 Protoss, 1 Zerg, 1 Terran. A nice race distribution, and we'll get there. Meanwhile, we already have Group A and Group B being seeded. Cure is alongside Clem and Hero, Shin alongside Maru and Rogue. Honestly, a pretty good group for Shin, not gonna lie. I mentioned earlier that Shin's weakest matchup is ZVP, and right now he's got purely Terran and Zerg in his group. Looking good for Shin. I'm sure he's content, and likewise I'm sure Cure's content as well, as he is renowned for his TVP and TVT prowess. But again, we're here to determine who will also advance on into these groups. 2nd place in Group B will advance on into Group A. 1st place in Group B will be advancing on into Group B. But here we go, we have our players. Let's go. We have our players ahead of us here. We have Classic, Solar Zan, and Gumiho. And again, Gumiho is a new face here in this season of GSL. Gumiho was not a part of GSL Season 1 this year, but now he is going to be showcasing his play for the first time this year in GSL Season 2. It's great to see him back. I will say that Gumiho is out of practice. Gumiho, he's the dark horse in this group. Definitely a player that has to prove himself once again, and we'll see if he can. Now we have our first player. This is going to be Classic, one of the best Protoss players in the world. Top 2 alongside Hero. You can see his recent performances, of course. Round of 4 in GSL Season 1 of 2025. First place in GSL Season 2 of 2025. Second place in EWC last year. And, of course, top 8 in GSL Season 1. Looking at his quote here, I got a haircut recently. I feel good and fresh. I would like to keep it that way. I mean, you can tell his hair. Oh, my God. It's so smooth, man. So smooth. New haircut, feeling fresh, feeling on point. Vamonos, baby, vamonos. Oh, but again, he's one of the favorites to go far in this event. I would say it was an upset that he actually got knocked out in the round of 8 last season. Like, that was a big upset here for Classic, and I'm sure he wants to go further this time. Meanwhile, we have his opponent. Oh, it is going to be a Solar, Kang Ming Su. His best performances in recent times, of course, second place at DreamHack Dallas 2025, round of 8 in GSL Season 2 of last year. We had top 4 in EWC, top 4 in Rongi Cup, and round of 12 in GSL Season 1. Last dinner, I had spicy chicken stew with cow intestines. Thank you for letting us know what you had last night. I appreciate it. I don't know if that has any meaning. It does. Like I hope it was good. Hope it was good. Does that mean we're on fire today? Are we blazing, or are we hungry for more? Let us know. Let us know. Sol, of course, recently opening up his own Patreon to be able to support his endeavors as a pro StarCraft 2 player. True has been releasing guides and releasing some tutorials. Solar. And here we go. Here we have our top 2 players here. We have our vetoes already done. Game 1 is given 10,000 V. Game 2, White Rabbit. Game 3, Celestial Enclave. Oh, what were the vetoes? Wait, what? Solar, he does veto some of these larger maps in Title Citadel, Winter Madness, and Old Republic. I am surprised that Solar vetoed Old Republic and not Celestial Enclave. That is a little bit odd to me. Curious. Classic gets rid of some of the smaller maps. Ruby Rock favors aggression, Tourmaline favors aggression, and Mothership has that RNG factor. Is also difficult to maintain a high base count. So Classic's vetoes make sense, Solo's make sense for the most part, except for getting rid of Old Republic. I'm a little bit perplexed by that, but here we go. Spawning in the top left hand corner of 10,000 V, we do have a Classic for Virtus Pro. And in the bottom right hand corner we have a Solar, our red Zerg player. Let's go. Let us go. We're jumping into our fresh series, into our fresh best of 3. Bearing in mind the winner of this series will advance on into the winners match. The loser is going to be knocked down to the elimination match. There is a safety net here for our players. It is a GSL group, GSL format. That is how it does unfold. As we're getting into our fresh best of 3. And welcome to 10,000 feet. Now, 10,000 feet does favor aggression somewhat. It's not as extreme as Tourmaline. It's not as extreme as Ruby Rock. It does have a very short rush distance by ground. That is true. But I would say it does have a much more defendable natural 3rd and 4th base. That's the difference here. Yes, short rush distance by ground, so aggression can be somewhat favored. But the defensive setup back at home is quite strong, so we often do get a lot of mid-game here on 10,000 feet. I would expect this. I mean, I say I would expect. Solo, notoriously, he does almost nothing but all-in this matchup. Like, we see a lot of 2-base all-ins, 3-base all-ins, a lot of hyper-aggressive styles, low-tech options, staying on layer that much longer, rarely embracing hive-tech. That is how Solo traditionally does approach ZVP. We'll see that trend continues in this series as well. If so, that's also why I'm perplexed by the decision to get rid of Old Republic. I feel like that map does favor aggression more so than Celestial Enclave. I'm curious if he plans on mixing in Mutaplay, right? Mutaplay is another option that you have available to you on these larger maps. We have seen Mutaplay be successful on Celestial Enclave before, so maybe. Otherwise, there might be some cheeky all-ins planned in terms of knocking down those rocks and make use of the ninja, or making use of the pocket expansion. There are ways to make use of that. But now though, we're calming down, we're settling in, hatch a gas pool, standard opening here by Solar, likewise standard opening out of Classic as well. Now we have our initial standard openers. Link speed is on the way, pulls out of gas. Likewise, Stargate open out of Classic. Everything's looking normal. What we're expecting out of Classic is a Stargate opener into his own third base. Now we have been seeing Classic go for some early blink heavy gateway styles into delayed tech. If you remember, he gave that build to Zaun, and Zaun used it to great effect last season in GSL. So I'm curious if we're going to be seeing that here as well. Classic has been mixing up his mid game a little bit more than in the past. For now, the opener is standard, but the follow-up is what we're really interested in. Follow-up. This Classic does threaten to dive. Initial Oracle's on the way. So far, everything's looking good. We do hide the pylon further back in the main base. Interesting. Curious if we'll use that to hide some tech. Yeah, my attention. As for now, it's going to be able to solo to minimize losses. To keep up with the Adept, to keep up with the Oracle, to minimize losses, and to potentially even catch out the Adept as well, and go for a counterattack. The first Zergling does waddle in, does get a full scout, confirming the Stargate, the Oracle as well. So some decent scouting here out of Solar. Guys behind this. Still just droning, claiming the third. Lings they pick in, they spot the third base of Classic. Going for the forward third base. Oracle picks in, gets one. Yeah, one Dragon goes down, but does take a lot of hull damage. Oof. That's a lot of hull damage being dealt. And we're looking for the Twilight Council timing. And so is Solar. Solar, he slips in. He's looking for that council, and it looks like we do throw it down very early. Okay, so an early council, and Solar, he will confirm. Very nice scout. Oh, okay, so it's an early council, but a hidden forge. The forge gets thrown down here on the right-hand side of the natural. So the forge tells us that there's not going to be glaive adepts, but Solar doesn't have that information. The fact that he saw no forge means that glaives is going to be in the back of his mind. Not saying that's confirmed, of course. I mean, we can see that, again, it's a fake out, so we have hidden the forge. With this, we should be going into +1 and blink. +1 and charge is an option. That's definitely something that can be viable, especially on a smaller map like this. That's true. What's it going to be? +1 and charge. Yeah, there we go. +1 and charge. As you mentioned, on a smaller map like this, you can be more aggressive, and this is going to be for an earlier timing. Blink is ideal for gaining map control and building up into a longer, later game. Charge often means early timing attack out of Classic. So he's going to be the aggressor this game. I think we assumed it was, I assumed at least it was going to be the other way around. Classic showing up that he doesn't just have to play passive and defensive. He can, don't get me wrong, he can be that defensive player, that shield of fire, you know, taking the man to home stats. He can be that kind of player, but doesn't have to be. Speaking of, we did recently hear from Stats. That's true. That's giving us a tease of what's to come in his career. He confirmed that basically he had a silent retirement from pro gaming, which is true. But there's other things in the works for Stats, so I'm looking forward to it. I hope that I look forward to it. I don't really know what it's going to be, and it's kind of weird what he's alluding to. Like it's weird to try to speculate as to what it could be. There's just so many possibilities, but looking forward to it. We love Stats. He's a great guy. As from here, we have speed on the way, +1 range. Roaches are amassing as we speak for Solar, but the infestation bit tells us that we're taking up. So Solar's getting up to 4 bases. He's droning up behind this. Solar, he's flexing and showcasing some roaches. He's trying to force an overreaction. He does. Oh my god, a massive wall of batteries. Yeah, 2 batteries being thrown down. Immortal production, extra warp pins. Classic, he's getting ready for Nolan that doesn't exist. So nice fake out here by Solar. Bleeds out roaches. But again, this was worth it. This was worth it, and Classic, this will delay his 4th base. All these batteries, all these pylons, all these warpins could have been an expansion. There could have been a base. Relation to the main. Oh, I thought it was going to be infestation for Faster Hive, but no, it's going to be for Swarm Host. This can actually work quite well in this map. 10,000 feet, because it's a reverse third base. What I mean by reverse third, the mineral line is facing the opponent. It's facing the center of the map. Because of that being a reverse expansion, it is more vulnerable to Swarm Host, to siege units in general. So Swarm Host, they can poke in, they can hit the center base, they can go for the main. Likewise, Swarm Hosts are ideal against charge-based builds. For those who don't know, this is very common against charge. But despite that, it's still been a while since I've seen it. It's much more old school as a reaction. The reasoning for this is because Blink Stalkers do a great job at getting map control and shutting down the Nidus Worms and catching and punishing the Stormhosts themselves. Charge loss less so. Oh no! Ooh, the high tempo exposed. He gets one. He gets one. He gets two. Very nice pickups here. Will force out the Archon, and Classic completely out of position. And with that Solar, he's going to clean up. Yep, he just completely cleans up, catching at every Immortal, catching at every army unit. And on top of that, we have the harass across the map. Yeah, so in the blink of an eye, Classic just falls apart. One bad fight, and that's it. I mean, what can he do? Nothing. He can do nothing. Battery's being focused down, going for the Nexus itself, and he will kill it. Yeah, there's no saving the Nexi. Bam, does go down. And in one fell swoop, I mean, that was the game-winning move. That was the game-winning move for Classic to push on creep and for him to be caught with his pants. I mean, you could not say a better example if that was just the pants being down. The pants were down, Bappy, completely. Pants were down, Solar overwhelms, catches the entire army, counterattacks across the map, and now Classic, he's limping along. He's limping. He's been crippled. And Solar's hit ended. He's hit ended. As we have the Nidus across the map outside of the main. Locust Wave is going to be moving in. Solar's maxed out. Ooh, Locust Wave being spent on the army. Not ideal. Yeah, not ideal. But does catch a couple of Stalkers. So there's at least somewhat of a trade. Roaches are rallying across. We have a couple of Colossi out, but there's very little support. There's very little buffer for them. They're coming in. He wants it. He gets it. Gets one. One Colossus goes down. He wants the other, and he's going to get it as well. Yeah, there's no escaping the Roaches. There's just an overwhelming amount of Roaches here, and Solely snowballs out of control. He takes down the Colossi, takes down the Immortals, and with that, he has broken a Classic. We assumed that it was going to be Classic being the aggressor by going into charge, but no, Solar was able to juke him out, able to bait him out onto the map. GG gets called, and Solar takes game number 1. GG. Whew. Again, a solid game here out of Solar. Once again, as we mentioned, both players are just slowly and calmly just building up their own forces, building up their bases. But in the end, we saw the Classic, he pushed onto creep. Solar, he wasn't even expecting that, by the way. He was just going for his own harass at the same time, noticed the army coming his way, and did take full advantage. With that, was able to catch out the High Templar, catch out the Immortal. GG, well played. And now we're jumping to game number 2. We're jumping to game 2. It is going to be on White Rabbit. White Rabbit is a larger map in the map pool, larger map, longer rushes to spike rounds. Aggressive maneuvers like this are going to be a little bit harder to pull off, but not impossible. So we'll see. We'll see what Solar has up his sleeve. I would imagine that Classic is going to go for a much more standard build this time. I would imagine. Meanwhile, my throat hasn't fully recovered yet, but we'll be okay. As spawning in the right-hand corner of White Rabbits, we have the South Green Protoss play for Virtus Pro. It is a Classic. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner, we have as opponent, we have the red Zerg player. South Green Zerg, it is Solar. One day we'll introduce the players, probably one day in GSL. Well, to be fair, they actually do have player intros for the semis and finals, thankfully. I think a big reason for that is because the Observer follows the Korean casters. The English commentators, they don't enjoy doing intros for some reason. They're rationale for it. Specifically tasteless and artosis, and they've kind of pushed that into GSL and RSL as a result. It's kind of weird, but sure. Yeah, if it wouldn't be for the intros, then we wouldn't have the Hana do set. Wouldn't have the cheers from the fans. Cheering for their boys. Well, there we go. For now, standard opener, hatch gas pool. Likewise, we do have a classic going for standard opener as well. Again, we're not really expecting any kind of deviation early on. We're expecting another Stargate opener. Again, I would expect after game 1 that classic will go into blink this time and go for a bit of a safer build instead. I don't think he's going to be anywhere near as active and aggressive. Remember, one of the reasons why he was on the map was because he went for the charge base opener leading into the storm timing. He wanted to be aggressive, he just got caught out. This time we should be calming down. Or imagine classic should be calming down. Solo on the flip side typically should not go Swarm Host. Again, Swarm Host was a reaction to charge, and this game we shouldn't see charge, so we should not see Swarm Host. Fighting, true. Solo, what is that quote? Oh no. So now it is going to be that Stargate, as I mentioned, at a classic Stargate opener. I think we need the next quote now to follow Solo's meme and let us know what they had for dinner last night, or what they had for breakfast. As now we are going to be joining, saturating. The Oracle is going to be on the way. Again, nothing crazy. It's going to be on the Oracle to get across the map, find some economic damage, scout to confirm there's no hidden tech, no extra gases, no shenanigans ongoing, which again, they rarely are. But of course, confirmation is nice. We'll see if Classic goes to the linear third or the triangular third base, and then we'll see how we tech from there. We're going to be looking at the Twilight Council timing, and likewise the tech of choice from Solar, whether he goes Eva Chamber first, Lair first, or Roach Warren first. As we have the linear third base at a classic. Does expand on the left hand side. Oh, Phoenix follow-up. Okay, interesting. The real threat of the Phoenix here, as we do main hard over towards the third, is that the Phoenix can deny vision. Deny vision, deny scouting. There is that Maynard. Once again, early count. Actually, early. This is later than last game. This is a much more standard Twilight Council timing with the Forge. This is looking more like plus on and blink. If you're curious about the timings, the last game, the Twilight Council was thrown down just after the third base. Here, the third base was halfway done as the Twilight Council was thrown down. So this time, much later. Much later. Going for the earlier robo. Overlord did actually scout. Oh, that should not have happened. And it actually is going to be charge again. Okay, we're going for a charge. This is a later charge than last game. Last game we did see Classic hit a time with Storm. We'll see if this time, based on the earlier robo, it looks like an earlier Prism. It looks like an earlier charge push. I can't imagine we're going to be waiting for Storm this time. In fact, we might still go for the Temple Archives just for 2 Archons. So bearing in mind this is a different build. Meanwhile, Adepts, they get across the map. They do get into the mineral line. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. 4 drones. 4 drones would go down, and Solar did not go for the Roach Warren. We went for the Hydra Den instead. And if you look at what we can see here, it is going to be that Temple Archive. So we are going for the Archon production. We may still go for Storm, actually, depending on the timing of the War Prism. But again, this is going to be hitting hard, and without Roaches to defend, it's going to be a much more difficult defense for Solar. Not impossible, but difficult. Ling Hydra does struggle against this. We may see, oh, as he does spot some Zealots. Yeah, massive tell, he knows. Yeah, does spot Zealots warping in. Soul is now aware. We'll see if he goes for a Baneling Nest. Without it, again, it is going to be difficult. So far, losing 4 more drones. Oh, we'll pick off the Oracle, though. A nice catch out of Solar. It does catch the Oracle. Stays driving into the mineral line. Solar does react in time. Yep, and here comes Solar again. As I mentioned before, it is an earlier push. A big reason for this is the last game he moved out with 2 Immortals. This time 0 Immortals instead, just going straight for the Prism. And once again, High Templar are spotted. Solar, he sees everything. Despite that, he's still relying on purely Ling Hydra. I'll be honest, I'm still not convinced by Solar's defense or by his army composition. I can see a world where Classic just walks through it. Just breezes his way on through, but again, a lot of it will come down to the storms, for sure. It'll come down to the storms. Oh, as the second Oracle goes down. Yeah, massive pickup. Second Oracle falls. Solar's been messing up his Ling Hydra. Again, he's aware of a timing that's coming his way. He saw the Zealots, he saw the High Templar. So look at him workers at 60, so earlier. And he may even come in for a surround. Uh-oh. And might be able to catch up the army. His Hydras get spotted. Classy does commit in. And Solo, where are we pushing? He commits. Okay, he commits across the map, he doesn't turn around. Solo will lose his expansion. First storm on the ramp. There's what, 3 storms left? Hydras though, they're across the map, but they're running into Zealots. Yeah, they're running into Chargers. Oh my god, massive storms on the Hydras. The Hydras are trading poorly against the Zealots. Another storm. And Classic, he will clean this up. This is what we mentioned earlier. Ling Hydra crumbles against Charged Storm. You need some kind of buffer here, ideally Banelings. But Solar, he commits. He's all in. Solar's all in. He lost the base. He got workers early. Solar's completely all in. And does he force a cancel? He does. Oh, High Templar out of position. Yeah, Templar out of position. There's 1 storm grazing the army. We need more storms. But Solar's going to be caught out in the open. So I'm meant to see Classic. Oh, the Ashes Pylon. Oh my god. The Pylon does survive. We coming from behind. Show us the storms. Show us the storms. Yeah, massive storms on the Hydras. And GG gets called. GG gets called. The all-in fails, and Classic takes game number 2, tying up the series 1-1. Whew. GG. And GG, well played. As we were trying to allude to the entire game, I was like, yo, Solar, he sees the Zealots, he sees the High Templar. I'm not convinced by Ling Hydra. This is looking kind of weird, and yeah, we see why. We're trying to emphasize that Ling Hydra just melts against Charged Storm, and as you saw there, the all-in just fell on its face. It was very interesting choice here from Solar, bearing in mind that again he had the choice to throw down a Baneling Nest to go into a Ling Bane heavy composition instead, which would have fared a lot better, but he chose to just go for the all-in. He chose to commit. He's like, you know what, I'm already here anyway, I've already got my Hydra Den, so I may as well just double down and commit and just send it. And in the end, he got completely shut down, losing his base, forced the all-in. GG. GG, Classic shut Solar down, and now we're going to be loading into game number 3. Game number 3 here, it all ends on Celestial Enclave. And this is the map where I was confused that Solar led through the veto process. So, convince me, Solar. What do you got? What do you have for us? Let's go. As in the bottom left-hand corner of Celestial Enclave, we have the South Green Protoss player. We have the Blue Protoss of Virtus Pro. It is Classic. And spawning in the right-hand corner, we have the Red Zerg player. It is Solar. The caster himself, Solar. As a reminder for those who do not know, Solar, he did actually cast GSL the semis and the finals. Did end up casting. He was on the casting couch with Ryung, with the tuna. Let's go. As welcome to Celestial Enclave. Celestial Enclave is a very large map in the map pool, very long rush distance by ground, very defendable natural, defendable third, defendable fourth base. Again, turtling up and maxing out is easier on Celestial Enclave than on other maps in the map pool, and typically Protoss play is a favorite. So that is why I was confused that Solo led this through the veto process, and I'm curious to see what he brings to the table here. I did mention that there are some builds that are viable, like Mutaplay, right? Going into a Hidden Spire, going to Mutas is more viable on this map. Likewise, there are certain all-ins that can break down the rocks. I don't know if you noticed, but there are rocks that lead into the natural base, and we have seen players like Solar knock down those rocks unscouted and commit to these big 3-base all-ins. Likewise, Drop Lord play, Nidus play, especially into the pocket expansion. Like, these are ways to be aggressive on this map, but they're very niche. They're very niche, and I'm sure Classic is aware of them as well. So here we go. We'll have a look. We'll see what Solar brings to the table. As we're alluding to, our eyes are mainly on Solar here. But show us what you got. Likewise, Classic, it's going to be on him to potentially even cut corners. It is viable to do so. But now going for Stargate. And just opening up Stargate, going for the Oracle. So far, the Oracle control from Classic tonight has been a little bit lackluster. Has not been ideal. We've been killing a handful of drones and typically losing the Oracles as well. So hopefully Classic can tighten things up and lock in. Now again, it is that Stargate. First Oracle's on the way. There's no like Void Ray opener, for example, or Phoenix opener. We shall see. From Solar, I'm expecting... I mean, there are different variations of all-in. Like, there's a Ling Hydra all-in that you can go for, similar to last game, actually. True, it would be similar to last game, but... I mean, ideally, you do want to mix up your builds. You don't want to rely on the same build 2 games in a row. Money's on a Roach Horn into Spire. Chambers there threatening to dive. Third base is being taken. Classic claiming his third. Oracles are moving out. Spores will be done in time. That is a much earlier Twilight Council this time. Much earlier compared to last game. Are we thinking Glaives? Phoenix once again out of Classic. Going for the Phoenix, trying to hunt down Overlords. Ling moves out to Scouts. Solo will get eyes on the third. And the Twilight Council's at the ramp. As Oracle so far, no major damage. Dives on the Queen and does bring it down. Okay, not bad. Queen does fall. Forge tells us it should not be Glaives, either Charge or Blink. Do we go Charge again 3 games in a row? Okay, Blink. For the first time, Blink Stalkers. Let's go. But again, that was an early council. So it's going to be much earlier Blink aggression. Ling's a catch 1 Adept. Roach Horn gets thrown down for Solar, playing it safe. I would say against Blink Stalkers, you can get away with Ling Hydra. So here, when it comes to the builds themselves, I do favor Classic so far. Oh, and do you see what I see? I see an all-in. We assumed it was going to be some kind of all-in here from Solar. Overlord Speed. Pneumatized Carapace is in production. You do not get Overlord Speed unless you plan on incorporating Drop Lord. So it's going to be a German Taxi, a Roach Queen all-in. It's going to be a big Roach Queen all-in, and now the pressure is on Classic to confirm this. Now, what's scary here is that because Classic went for early Blink, remember, it was a very early Twilight Council, very early Blink Stalkers, it means that Blink is going to be done in time to defend. Oh, no battery. Yeah, no battery, no Oracles, 3 Adepts go down, massive pickoffs. Lings, they confirm the Blink Stalkers. The all-in is coming, but Blink will be a factor here. It's being chronoed as we speak. Blink will finish up in time. It comes down to the control and to the defensive setup here. Remember, Classic still has not yet confirmed the all-in. Checks the main, confirms no lair. Checks the natural. And now he sees. He should be aware now because here comes the all-in. Drop lords are coming. Yep, 4 batteries get thrown down. The Classic knows. Classic is aware of the all-in. He's getting ready back at home. Blink will finish. Finishing up in 2 seconds. Oh, does spend his blink already though. Oh no! Oh my god, massive vials. At the same time, batteries are finishing. Oracles, the queens being focused now. The oracles, they survive. And once again, does blink away. Being a little bit cavalier with these blinks, which is a little bit concerning. Yeah, batteries are running out of energy. Stalkers are starting to go down. Oh, friendly fire on the Zerglings. And Classic is getting into the Ravagers. He's almost there. He blinks in. He wants them, and he gets 1. He gets 1. He gets 2. 3. 3 Ravagers going down. Massive pickups. The queens do fall, and Classic holds. As he mentioned, Blink finished early this game. It was early Twilight Counter, early Blink. That is ideal against these all-ins. And it was almost a build to win. Almost a build to win here in favor of Classic. Classic, he shuts down the all-in. Solar just now finishing up his lair. Now going for roach speed, Evo chamber upgrades, burrow, desperation here by Solar. You can see him shaking his head there on cams as well. It's not looking good. It's not looking good for Solar. As Classic is out scaling, +2 has begun. Charge as well. I'll say the best that Soul can hope for is a secondary all-in. As he's on 3 base saturation. Yep, there's another. Oh no, the Droplord gets caught. No. Droplord is caught out. No link drop. Yeah, 4th base is cancelled preemptively here as Soul is away. He cannot save it. Oof. And Solar is in trouble. As you can see, Solar, he has not made a drone in minutes. He's sticking with 66, now 65 drones. He's purely making Ling Roach Ravager, so Solar, he's getting ready for a second all-in, a second wave. And with that revelation, Classic is aware. He knows. Classic knows he's just getting ready back at home. He's waiting for Solar to come to him. Ideally, Solar wants Classic to fight out in the open. He wants Classic to push. If Classic pushes and Classic is exposed, he's vulnerable. Oof, that's a massive wall of cannons and shield batteries. Solar, he needs to make use of this army soon. We gotta make use of it. As here come the High Templar. A Flea Bean is on the way. Jesus. Behind this, we're getting ready for Skytos, getting ready for Tempest. Now, again, I don't think Classic should be here. Yeah, he sees the army. Classic, you should not be out here. What are you doing? Get out of here. Forcing out some storms. High Templar exposed. Massive pick of losing 3 High Templar. Oof. And the best fight that Solar could hope for. As I mentioned, there was no reason for Classic to push out. Solar's all in. Solar, he has not droned in like 3 to 4 minutes. Unironically. Solar's giga all in. No need to push out. That did cost Classic 4 High Templar. He's warping in more. Does Storm. Not bad. Storm catching at the roaches. Queens are waddling in. Oh no, the oracles. Get out of here. This is 1. Yeah, we'll lose an oracle. Nice Storm. Once again, Storm on the Roach Ravager. Oh my god, the storms, they just keep landing. They punish the Roach Ravager. The Roach Ravager is tanky, but not that tanky. Oh. As 1, 2, 3 Templar get sniped. We need another storm on the left hand side. We need some more storms. Oh my goodness, we take the blast to the face. Late links, but there we go. The storms that make up for it. Massive storms on the army. And with that, Classic is holding. Oh my, it does still take some storms to the face, so a messy defense here from Classic, but he will still hold on. He cleans up the army. And once again, the all-in is failing. The all-in does fail. Classic has momentum. He has a massive army to work with. He can counterattack. Catching an Overlord. Supply blocking Solar. Oof. And if Classic had a War Prism, he could just keep pushing. And there is a prism. There's that prism. Just send it, Pappy. Just said believe. We can just push. He doesn't want to risk it. I mean, he already has the fleet beacon, so technically the correct thing to do here is just build up Tempest and just chill at home and just get further ahead. I would say that there's opportunities here for Classic to end the game early and to kill here and now, but he's playing it safe. He's playing it safe. From here, storms, they just keep zoning. And from here, Classic once again just collapsing in. Massive slow zone on the army, diving on the Roach Ravager. Remember, the super was lying to you. Solar, he has inflated supply because of the Roach Ravager, so his army is actually smaller than what it looked like. And GG gets called, the all-ins fail, and Classic, he will claim the series 2-1, advancing on into the winner's match. GG. Whew. And GG, well played, Classic, he will advance on. Again, oh, that God. Where are we? Here we are. And again, Solar, I'll stand by what I said at the beginning of this series when we saw the vetoes. I was like, yo, Celestial Enclave? I mean, this is a very hard map to all in on. Very, very difficult map. As I mentioned before, your bases are very secure. Your natural, your third, your pocket expansion as well. There's also very limited attack paths. Like, you can only push in between the natural and third base. Like, where else are you going to be attacking from? Where else can you really commit? So limited attack paths, longer rush distance by ground, defendable bases, bold choice for Solar to still attempt to all in, and he got scattered, got shut down completely time and time again. GG. GG, well played. With that, we're going to be going on a short break. When we come back, we'll have Give Me Her versus Down. See you soon after the break.